All right, let's dive right into this explainer and explore the fascinating upward journey of the body's energy centers. We're going to break down a beautifully structured guided activation meditation, and we'll examine exactly how visualizing specific colors in specific locations is designed to completely shift our emotional state. Whether you're totally well-versed in energy work or you're just looking for a brand new framework for emotional grounding, this mapping system is incredibly compelling. Let's get started.
So here is our roadmap for today. We'll start by mapping the centers, then ground the physical self, cross the bridge of the heart, explore vision and authentic expression, access higher spiritual consciousness, and finally, integrate the complete network. Basically, we're moving chronologically from our physical foundation all the way up to the top.
Section 1. Mapping your energy centers using the metaphor of the inner flower. Before we explore each center individually, we really need to understand the visual framework this whole practice relies on.
The meditation asks us to visualize each energy center as a literal flower, and the contrast between a blocked center and an open one is super stark. A closed center is described as completely colorless, dull, maybe even having little tears in its drooping petals, just totally lifeless. But as you breathe in what the Source beautifully calls liquid light, the center activates. It's like watering a dying plant. The petals plump up, the tears seal themselves, and the flower just glows with vibrant life force energy. It's a really vivid mental picture of total rejuvenation.
Moving right into Section 2, grounding the physical self. Let's start our upward ascent at the very bottom, focusing on the root, sacral, and solar plexus. These are the lower three centers, and they govern our most grounded physical emotions.
The practice begins by visualizing a flower right at the base of your spine. This is the base or root center. You activate this by breathing in a vibrant red liquid light. This red light is what anchors your physical body. Emotionally, it governs our baseline homeostasis. It's all about providing this absolutely crucial foundation of physical security, giving you a deep sense of confidence and a feeling that, yes, you truly belong right here on Earth.
The biggest takeaway here is that this red light instills a profound sense of trust. By visualizing this grounding energy spreading down your legs and into the earth, almost like roots of a tree, it effectively soothes our most basic survival anxieties. You are essentially telling your nervous system that it is safe, allowing you to genuinely trust in the goodness of your life and your physical body.
Now moving up just a little bit, slightly below the belly button, the focus shifts to the second center, the sacral. Here you visualize a luminous, warm orange light. If the red center was all about basic survival, this orange center handles how we interact with others and how we emotionally experience the sensory world around us.
As that orange flower opens up and spreads its light through your lower abdomen, it unlocks some very specific emotional states. It activates sensuality, it deepens emotional expression and intimacy, and it actually fosters a sense of surrender. It represents this really beautiful transition from simply surviving to actively and creatively expressing yourself, allowing you to openly give and receive pleasure while inviting true wellness into your life. Which brings us to the final physical center, the solar plexus, located right under the diaphragm. Here, you breathe in a bright yellow light, shining just like your own internal sun. Emotionally, think of this as the engine room. It is exactly where your sense of individual purpose and personal power resides. It invigorates your self-worth, supercharges your self-confidence, and it governs your willpower and self-control. It's literally the sheer drive behind your actions in the physical world.
Okay, Section 3, the bridge of the heart, connecting the physical and the spiritual. Let's see how all this lower body grounding builds into the critical middle point of our energy system.
Located right in the center of the chest, the fourth center is represented by a buoyant, vivid green light. Here, you picture this massive green flower that acts as a literal emotional bridge between your physical self below and your spiritual self above. As this sparkling green light expands into your circulatory system, it dramatically increases your capacity for love. It is the absolute core center for profound connection, true self-acceptance, and deep inner peace.
But this brings us to a really compelling transition point in the journey. Because if the green heart center is where we learn to accept our truth and find peace with who we are, well, we have to ask the next logical question. How do we actually process and express that authentic truth to the outside world?
That leads us straight into Section 4, Vision and Authentic Expression, the throat and third eye centers. We're now ascending into the areas that govern exactly that, how we communicate our internal reality and how we perceive the universe around us.
The fifth center is located right in the middle of your throat.
The meditation guides us to breathe a bright, iridescent metallic blue light right into this area. I know, metallic blue almost sounds like a flashy sports car paint job, but here it's meant to energize your vocal cords, your thyroid, and your neck. Emotionally, it's designed to clear out any blockages to self-expression. When this center is open, it governs honest communication and empowers you to live and speak completely authentically. And the source material highlights this incredibly important connection. The goal is to speak your truth with love and compassion. You aren't just speaking loudly or aggressively. Because this blue communication center is directly linked to the green heart center we just discussed, your ultimate truth is always going to be delivered laced with love and compassion.
Traveling up into the center of the head, directly behind the eyes, we find the sixth center, the third eye. Here, the focus shifts to a vibrant indigo flower. Breathing in this indigo light provides incredible mental clarity. Emotionally, it expands your vision, sharpens your intuition, and connects you to your deepest inner wisdom. It's really about seeing the big picture of your life with what the Source brilliantly calls eagle-eye accuracy.
Section 5. Accessing Higher Spiritual Consciousness, the Crown and Soul Star. Now we are reaching the absolute pinnacle of our spatial journey, expanding past our typical physical boundaries.
At the very top of the head is the seventh center, the crown, and it's activated by this vivacious violet light. The crown is framed as our ultimate connection point to the cosmos. As this violet light filters through your nervous system, it feeds your spirit. Emotionally, it fosters deep peace, harmony, and a profound connection to infinite intelligence and cosmic consciousness.
Now, interestingly, the practice goes one step further into a much less commonly discussed eighth center, the soul star. Located about a foot physically above your head in the space around you, you visualize breathing into a flower of golden light. This is considered the seat of the higher self. From this space, golden light showers down, translating universal oneness into your very unique individual being. It brings divine love and consciousness straight down into your physical form.
Finally, Section 6. Integrating the complete network, uniting the 8 centers. With all 8 centers conceptually opened, activated, and glowing, the final phase of the meditation is about bringing them all together into one unified system.
Instead of just seeing 8 isolated points of light, the meditation asks you to visualize them reaching out and touching one another. They form an integrated, fluid, and dynamic light network. That golden energy from above flows all the way down to the red energy of the earth below, creating this supportive family of energy that communicates as one whole, completely healthy unit within you.
When we synthesize this entire upward journey, we get a completely comprehensive emotional toolkit mapped directly onto the physical body. It is so clearly laid out. From the red grounding security of the root, through the yellow willpower of the solar plexus, crossing the green bridge of the heart, all the way up to the golden divine consciousness above the head. It perfectly pairs specific colors and physical locations to help us tangibly process complex emotional states.
And this culminating sentiment from the source emphasizes the ultimate goal of the activation. True alignment in this framework isn't just about floating off and escaping into spiritual realms. It's essentially about fully embracing the human experience. It's about letting every single cell in your body say a resounding yes to life, remaining securely anchored by the earth while simultaneously being totally inspired by the cosmos.
Ultimately, this provides a fascinating, structured approach to mindfulness and emotional self-regulation. By tying specific emotions to visual colors and physical locations, it gives us a tangible, practical way to process our feelings. So it leaves us with a pretty powerful question. Looking at your own life right now, which part of your emotional network is crying out for a little liquid light today? Keep that in mind as you go about your week. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I will catch you next time.